somewhere. They need to go somewhere where we can use that sort of thing, okay? So in this case, obviously being able to absorb these things into our bloodstream, because our bloodstream are basically the highways to which things travel, well, at least most efficiently anyways. Well, not even efficiently, because I mean our bodies aren't technically that efficient, but we'll get into that later, okay? But for right now, these are the three main functions so far. We still got one more, which I gotta go like, eek. Okay. And the last one. The last one is to So basically, the last one is to get rid body of ingestible remains. So again, your food goes from your large or your small intestine to your large intestine, where it does its thing. I don't want to get too far into it, but then basically anything that your body cannot take nutrients from, cannot use, or needs to get rid of, depending, because your liver does play some role in putting stuff into your fecal matter. It is then that your body gets rid of it through, well, your anus, okay? Meaning this is the act of defecation or going to the bathroom, whatever you want to call it, okay? So these are our four main functions. I'm going to go over them one more time so we get the gist. Ingest food, eating, okay? Break down food into nutrient molecules using that organ in conjunction with this organ, okay? Absorb molecules into the bloodstream. Rid body and ingestible remains, basically stuff that we cannot use, or we don't need to use, or we don't need it, or we need to get rid of it because it's waste. Why am I messing with the camera? Sick. Okay. Now, I'm going to go over some of these. I already went over it. There are 4 stages of food processing. So these are the 4 main functions of the digestion system. Okay. Now, there are 4 main stages of food processing. In other words, once we get food into our body, this is what happens next. Okay, I'm going to write these on the board. I'm going to erase some of this. You guys, this is a video, so obviously you can rewind and do whatever else have you. So I'm not going to worry about you having it written down by now. If you want to write that, you can pause the video and do what you need to do. Okay? All right. Now, I'll just put food processing on here. Okay, there are 4 main things for food processing. Okay, the first part for food processing is ingestion. I know I kind of already talked about this already. Basically, ingestion is just eating. Or if you want to be technical, taking in food. That sort of thing. Okay, so when it comes to food processing, this is the first step. And yes, they do have to be in order. You can't be doing these in random orders. You have to ingest things before you can do this next step, which is obviously once you take in food, what does your body do with it? It digests it. Okay, so in other words, you can't digest something you haven't eaten already. Make sense? Okay, and what does this do? It's the breaking down of food. Okay, into nutrients. I'm not going to read all that out because I'm lazy. You guys know how that goes. Okay, you guys get the gist. I've written it over here a few times, so we're good. Okay, and the last thing, the next one. So you've taken in food, you've eaten it. Your body, in your stomach, or your small intestine, starts to break down your food into nutrients that we can use. Those of you who didn't know, the majority of your digestion, believe it or not, takes place in your small intestine. Boom, the more you know. Okay, the next one. After these two, we got what they call absorption. Okay, just like diapers, absorption, they absorb water. The only difference is that this one's a little bit different. Okay, so basically absorption is taking in nutrients by the cells. Because as we know, every single organ in our body is made of cells. You are a big pile of cells. Your cells need to be able to take in nutrients to survive. Okay, so the only way we do that is by taking in food, digesting it, and then absorbing it into our bloodstream to pass those nutrients on. Okay, so that's very, very, very important. Okay, and again, I apologize in advance if this isn't looking too neat, but again, I'm doing my best. Okay, and the last one, the last part of food processing that our digestive system does for us is, oh, good Lord. If this isn't confusing enough already, look at all these TION words. Oh, good Lord. Okay, 4 of them for sure. And the last one, it kind of plays into this one over here, rib body of ingestible remains. Egestion basically is removing leftover waste. Believe it or not, just because you eat it doesn't necessarily mean that your body's going to use everything that you eat. Okay? It's just a fact of life. Okay? That sort of thing. All right? But these are the 4 food processing functions of the digestive system. And yes, they go in the specific order. Okay? So let's keep moving on here, shall we? Oh, good Lord. 16 minutes? Jeez. This is going to be a little bit longer than I thought it was going to be. Oops. That's all right. All right. My handy-dandy helper here. Okay. So now, if you guys recall, I said that your mouth plays a role in digestion. Okay? How, you might ask? Well, in your mouth, you have these pearly whites. At least, I hope you do. Okay? And if you don't, I apologize. What do these do? They mash up your food, right? Into small pieces. And then, that huge thing in your mouth, that most of you stick out when you see me, your tongue, mixes food with saliva. Now, this is important because, believe it or not, your saliva or your spit has some digestive enzymes in it. Okay, this is called amylase. Okay, I'm going to write that on the board so you guys get the gist. Did I spell it right? I haven't finished spelling it. Get off my back. No! Amylase? Amylase? Amylase. Okay, and again, those of you who know anything about biology, if it ends in ACE in the biological world, just means it's an enzyme of some sort of the biological persuasion. Okay, so in your saliva you have amylase, which is a digestive enzyme that helps to digest your food a little bit before it goes down into your stomach down there. Okay, basically you're chewing up your food and then it goes down into your esophagus. Okay, that sort of thing. Okay. I kind of went over these already, but there's one other one that I have to go over that I haven't really talked. Sorry. You guys see that right there? Saliva gland. Your saliva glands, again, are right underneath your mouth pretty much, or underneath right inside your chin or back towards your neck. Basically what these do is do exactly what you think they do. They make saliva. Yuck, I know, it's gross, it's disgusting, but it's needed for your digestion, okay? Now, there are different types of teeth in your mouth, and they do different things. For example, your front 2 teeth right here, this is disgusting, I apologize. These are called incisors. They're there for basically chomping down into something, cutting them. Then these 2 teeth, the pointy ones, or they should be pointy. The 2 pointy ones in your mouth are called canines. That's probably why dogs got their names, because they got some, well, their canines are kind of vicious. Not apart from cats, but anyways, canines are there for basically chewing up meat or shredding stuff, that sort of thing. And then you got these suckers in the back. There, see those? Do the last here. Right there, okay? Those are called molars. Okay, molars are there to basically mash up or grind up any of your things into a fine paste, so you makes it easier for you to digest, and so you don't choke and die, that sort of thing. Okay. Ooh, that would be terrible. I'm not going to go over that. I don't feel like it. Sorry, I got my notes open on top of my camera over here, so I apologize if I'm skipping over things and you're just like, I don't understand what's going on. Okay? Because I want to go over some of the more important stuff. You know what? I'm going to talk about this because it is an age-related thing. It is something something you need to know. Obviously, we all know that when we put food in our mouth, we dictate whether or not we like it or not based on taste. And your tongue has what they call taste buds on them. Now, if you ever look at your actual tongue, you're going to notice that it's got like bumps and ridges on it and stuff like that. For the most part, those are all taste buds. Okay? Now, you all have a certain amount of taste buds in your mouth, depending on your gender. Before I get too far into that, I want to explain that you have 4, possibly 5 different tastes that you can taste, them being sour, bitter. Sour, obviously, if you ever had a Warhead or Sour Patch Kids, you know what I'm talking about. Bitter, we're talking about things like, have you ever had dark chocolate? I would consider that bitter. Salty, we as Americans love salt. Okay, we'll talk about that later why that's an issue. Okay, and then sweet. Every single one of you kids loves candy. Okay, but those are, and then the last one, which I'm not entirely sure, I can't remember, I haven't really caught up on this or not. The last one is called umami, and that is the taste sensation of meat. There's been some arguments about whether or not that's even one, but I feel like I should mention it because it is a possibility. Okay. Anyways, going back to that age thing, younger people had more taste buds than older people, about 2 times as much. I'm not entirely sure the age difference on that or what that's about, but the reason for this is because as a person gets older, the taste cells don't get replaced like they do when you are younger. When you're younger, we all know that in mitosis, your cells split, and when you're younger, you're constantly growing and growing, and those of you who have nieces and nephews know that they grow like weeds all of a sudden. They're this tiny and all of a sudden, okay? It's really fast, okay? Because their cells are constantly splitting really fast. Same thing on their tongue. Their cells are constantly splitting and replacing, so they have more taste buds than, say, so you guys probably have more taste buds than, say, me, okay? That's because I'm starting to slow down. I've grown to my max height, that sort of thing, okay? I think I'm going to save most of this for another time because, well, I'm getting tired of doing this, and I'm sure you're getting tired of listening to me, okay? So make sure that you are looking these over, you're taking some notes, that sort of thing. Make sure that you do answer the poll that is correlated with this for this specific day, which I do believe is the 7th? Yeah, the 7th of April. So make sure that you are looking at that, all right? Until next time, be expecting another lecture video where I finish this sort of thing, okay? So, until next time, see ya.